I was sent by two different brands, this water fountain and this water fountain, and I got this one for myself so that I can tell you what is the best fountain for you to get. These two first water fountains are stainless steel, and this one is glass. So our very first stainless steel water fountain, let's go ahead and give it a listen to see if it is truly silent. It is. There is no sound coming out of this fountain. I leave my fountains in my bedroom, so I need them to be quiet, and the fact that this one is so quiet is very nice. This one, you're not able to turn off the internal light. It has this window that you're able to see how much water you need to add, and this spout, you're able to remove it so that you can give it a nice clean on the inside. You can clean that out with a bottle brush. So how this fountain looks on the inside, it has this compartment right here that has these filters inside of it, and you want to change out your filters every 2 weeks. And make sure before you put in a new filter, you soak it in water for 10 seconds so that the water will able to actually run through the filter. And it has this sponge around this pump so that water can get filtered multiple times. The pump has these suction cups on the bottom of it, and the pump, you're able to take off this part right here so that you can clean inside and take out this part. So this one, I really like how big it is, and I like how the surface of it is so big right here, because my cats are not going to get whisker fatigue from how big this one is. That is definitely a huge plus and something that I do worry about for my cats. This second stainless steel water fountain, the spout is shaped like a flower, so it comes out in multiple little areas. My cats really do like this water fountain. They drink out of it probably the most out of all of them. I think that they do prefer the multiple spouts. Let's go ahead and give this one a listen. So this one is almost essentially quiet. There's a little bit of sound, but that's mostly just because the inside needs to be cleaned. When your fountain needs to be cleaned, they can make some sound, so that could be a tip for you. This one, you are able to turn off the light. It has this button right here that you can press, which you can turn your light on or off. So here's my light off. I absolutely love that you're able to turn off the light. All of the other fountains I've ever had, you're not able to turn off the light, and I keep it in my bedroom, so I like for it to be dark. So I think that is a huge plus. So the inside of this one is different than the other stainless steel one. So this is what the bottom of it looks like. I do need to clean this one. You lift up this piece, and you should place a filter pad right here so that you can clean your fountain. So you can get filter pads that go right here so that the water can filter through your fountain. This is going to be your main source of filtration for this kind of fountain. And then the filter looks like this. As you can see, it does a really good job of collecting any hair and gunk. And I'm able to take off the filter part when I need to clean it. This one has a pretty big inside to it as well. And then finally we have the glass. So the glass fountain looks a lot different than my other two fountains. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. So the glass, along with my other stainless steel fountains, is pretty silent. All of these fountains are very silent, and why they're probably my top 3 favorite fountains. So how this one works is the water goes through this pump right here, and then it comes out the top. This top part is a filter, and this one has the light right here on the filter pump. You're not able to turn off the light on this glass one, which is something that I don't like. And so it has this cord that attaches onto the filter pump, and this little plastic piece right here that prevents water from dripping onto the cord, which is super nice. So how this fountain works, you have this filter right here that you're able to take out, and you lift it up, and it has this sponge part that attaches onto the pump. The sponge is a little loose, so I do have a hard time with keeping the sponge onto the pump. That is something to take note of. And this is the pump. The pumps are all pretty similar. You open it up, and it has this little cover for the spindle part, and then here's the spindle part on the inside of there. So they're all cleaned pretty much the same way, which is nice that you don't have to learn a new way to clean them. So I angled this part on like this because it's loose, so it falls off a little bit. And then you put that back on. The only worry that I have about this fountain is that it's not flat like these ones are, is that my cats might get whisker fatigue from it, which is where if your cats get whisker feed, that can make them avoid their water or their food bowls. So I always try to prevent that. This one might cause that, so I would just keep an eye out for any stress related things from your cat. But I like that this fountain is glass. Glass is not porous and you can't stain it, so it's going to have way less bacteria than any other fountain. So each of these fountains have different benefits. I would just decide which one is best for you, and I think they're all worth it for you to check out.